Welcome back to my Team Career Mode episode 3. We're here with the Miami Grand Prix today and he's taking a photo of my car. I don't know why is he doing that. That's a bit odd. Some guy's just walked into my living room and has taken a photo with my car. I don't know why it's in the living room, but it is. Who are these people and why are they on my sofa? But yeah, anyway, we're here for the Miami Grand Prix. For the Miami Grand Prix, obviously it's in the United States, so I've decided to make a United States flag livery. Normally I use the United Kingdom flag livery, but decided to switch it up for this one. I mean, didn't take long, I just inverted some of the colours, but I think it looks quite nice, and hopefully you do as well. Going into Q1, I knew it was going to be an interesting session, because on the weather reports it said it was going to start off as dry and get wetter as the session goes along. So I thought maybe I could sneak my way up into Q2 somehow. I'm not going to lie, the first lap was pretty terrible. I nearly spun out about 8 times on the curbs in Sector 2. So yeah, it wasn't really a great lap. But the session started getting wetter and wetter, so no one else could set a fast lap. So I managed to get myself a P9 in Q1, which then got me through to Q2. As I said in Q1, I ended up in P9. Unluckily for Oscar, he ended up getting P22 for the 3rd race in a row, which he's not having a great season so far either. This was my first ever session in Q2 in this career mode, and I thought this lap was amazing. I did this lap, and when I did it I thought I was George Russell in Belgium. Turned out it wasn't that fantastic, but still I got to Q2, I'm pretty happy. I ended up getting knocked down to P16, which is the worst in Q2, and then the rain started pouring, so I wasn't able to do another lap. As you can see, I'm just dropping 10th after 10th, and I mean, it wasn't a great lap anyway, but still it was just wet, so I couldn't set another lap. After that pretty horrific session, I ended up getting to P16, which, you know, Q2's a Q2, so I'll take it. Going into turn 1 in the race, I decided to just send it. It was pretty dangerous, but it worked. I nearly obliterated Ocon's car, but that's not the point. Ended up getting up to P15. Now we're about to see is probably the worst and best overtake I've ever made on the F1 game. You know, it was risky, but I guess it sort of worked because I got out penalty free and damage free. As you can see, I nearly annihilated Pierre Gasly, but it works. Sadly for Zhou, the Ferrari engine did what the Ferrari engine does and ended up blowing up, and Zhou was out the Miami Grand Prix. After a pretty fun Grand Prix of just non-stop fights, I ended up getting it ruined by my pit stop crew, who ended up giving me a 4.7 pit stop. This was pretty annoying as I was now behind Albon and Stroll, who I've just spent about 10 minutes trying to overtake. But I've got to give it to Alex, it was a pretty cheeky, as what Crofty would call it, a switcheroo. Here's my favourite part of the whole Grand Prix. This is where I got a double overtake. That was definitely track limits, but I made a double overtake on an Aston Martin and a Williams. I'm pretty sure it was Alex Albon and Stroll, but I thought it was really cool. Here's a quick update on my teammate Oscar Piastri. I mean, he was really having a shock of a Grand Prix. He was sat here in 21st because of Zhou's DNF with the Ferrari engine, but Oscar Piastri was sat here 8 seconds behind everyone. But yeah, that was the end of the Grand Prix. Max Verstappen ends up taking the win for Red Bull. Me and Oscar finished P16 and P21. I mean, this was a very unlucky Grand Prix. I definitely could have maybe got 12th or 11th, but, you know, pit stops and all that. This is a newcomer career mode, so at the minute our pit stops are going to be very slow, which is going to be really annoying in this season. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I might upload a part 4 sometime, I don't know when, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week, I don't know. This series is just for a bit of fun, so don't take it too seriously, and have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, if you see this, make sure to subscribe because it helps a lot.